This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
What is good, YouTube and ASAP Mob? It's your boy ASAP Live coming at you with another reaction video. Now, I don't know what's going on, but I've been hearing a lot of Druski's name and some type of allegations all day today, right? And I just came across this video that Jamari just posted a couple hours ago called Druski Allegation. So I was like, all right, let's go ahead and make a reaction video. Why not get it done? Description: recent online comedian Druski, frequent collaborator and friend of Kai, aka Kai Cenat, has been in hot water due to his affiliation with Diddy. Now, him and Odell Beckham Jr. have been a topic of drama. Looks like it's about to get real. So let's hop right into it and see what's going on with Druski.
So Druski has been an up-and-coming star for around the last 4 years. He was ushered into the internet game around the same time as his good friend Jack Harlow, and it was like as Jack was rising up the ranks of music, Druski was rising up the ranks of comedy. During that time, he has become the most infamous skit comedian online.
Absolutely.
And this has obviously afforded him many opportunities, including his own show, countless sponsorships and commercials, features in movies, stake in Happy Dad alcoholic beverages, a feature on 2K, a comedy tour, and frequent collaborations with the biggest streamers
That boy
and
working,
comedians in
that
the
boy
world.
working.
Basically, this man became a cash cow, as Druski has an insane ability to take everyday situations and types of people and turn them into a viral skit or a meme. And his comedy just has this way of reflecting and predicting in real life situations. But now Druski has found himself wrapped up in the Diddy situation as he and his
Not the diddler, bro. Yo, Diddy go, man, what happened? Did they find some? They must have found some shit out, bro. Come on, not Drew, man. I've been reacting to all his could have been loves, all his auditions, because they are hilarious, bro. I better not hear something I don't like in this damn video, man.
friend and popular wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr., have been listed in some
OBJ, we all know he's a little sus. Most of the time, he's a little sus.
of these Diddy accusations. But the claims they are throwing around here are honestly so outlandish that it almost makes this hard to believe. Now, yesterday was when this bombshell would hit the timeline. In the matter of Ashley Parham versus Sean Diddy Combs, an amended complaint names 2 more plaintiffs and several additional defendants, including Odell Beckham.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. Druski, Jaguar Wright, Janice Cole, Big Homie, CC, and more. Oh, no, come on.
Beckham Jr., Druski, and a myriad of other people. So previously, it was just Ashley Parham versus Sean Diddy Combs, and then a couple John Does that were not listed. And now those John Does, the main ones, have been listed as Druski and Odell Beckham Jr.
That's crazy.
You know when it's time to go to the doctor.
That's crazy,
you know when
bro.
it's time
There's
to get
no
your car
way.
tuned up. But when it comes to home maintenance,
In total, Druski's name is actually listed 45 different times in this lawsuit. But these are the key details that really make everyone think that this is pretty far-fetched. Defendant Diddy then instructed another defendant Doe to also violate plaintiff defendant Doe, who has been determined to be defendant Druski, is what they're alleging. They say instead of immediately violating the plaintiff, defendant Druski doused plaintiff with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff's naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his enormous size. So they're saying Druski was in there.
What? What kind of... I have no words, bro. I have no words. Knocked the wind out of him because of his enormous size. They fat shaming now? Damn. Hold on.
Defendant Druski doused plaintiff with more oil and lubricant and then jumped on top of the plaintiff's naked and oiled body, treating it like a slip and slide, and knocking the wind out of the plaintiff due to his enormous
has to
size.
be cap,
So
bro.
they're saying Druski was in there slipping and sliding all around. Defendant Druski then caught himself from sliding over the plaintiff's oiled body and off the bed. He then began violating the plaintiff through her reproductive parts. While Defendant Druski was violating the plaintiff, Defendant Diddy sat in a chair near the bed and began pleasuring himself while recording plaintiff's violation by Defendant Druski. Another party's phone fell on the bed near the plaintiff. The plaintiff then attempted to grab the phone, but it slipped out of her hands and onto the floor due to the oil/lubricant that had been doused all over her person by defendants Diddy and Druski. Obviously, at this point, the baby oil is like infamous in this Diddy case. For those of you who don't remember,
This is like jaw dropping to me, because I remember I watched another interview that Druski did with $1 million worth of game, and Gillian Wallow, they had asked him, "Have you ever been to a puff party?" He was like, "Yeah, I mean, I've been in attendance." He was like, "Hey, what's that? I ain't never been to one of them parties, but yeah, I've been in attendance, yeah." Oh snap! You know what's crazy? Why all this coming out now? Now Drewski's doing all this. Could have been house, could have been love, making all these Super Bowl commercials. Why is it now? Why now? They trying to bring him down. That's crazy.
They claimed that they discovered over 1,000 bottles of laced baby oil in Diddy's house.
And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
Damn.
Defendant Diddy began laughing at plaintiff's
bro.
attempt to grab the phone. Throughout this violent gang violation, Defendant Diddy made constant belittling remarks to plaintiff, including that he owned her now. When Defendant Druski was finished violating the plaintiff, Defendant KK entered the room to examine the condition of the plaintiff, who was barely able to move or control her bodily functions. And they say this is when they attached her to an IV and pretty much brought her back to life, made sure she wasn't gonna die. And that was apparently when Diddy, Shane, who is apparently the man who introduced Diddy to this person, KK, Odell, and Druski then exited the residence to the backyard where they smoked marijuana and cigarettes. And so obviously this all had the internet going absolutely wild. Of course, people immediately started resurfacing old clips of Diddy hanging out with Druski.
Don't mind if I do.
They were basically saying that this clip hits different now, as it was also rumored that Diddy had been lacing drinks at his infamous parties.
Bro, this is crazy, bro. I can't, you can't believe everything you hear on the internet. That's nuts, dude.
Shot.
Druski was also asked at one point what it was like to attend these Diddy parties.
That's what I was talking about. That's what I was
You
talking
ever
about
been
right
to one
here.
of Diddy parties?
This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I've been in attendance. I've been in attendance. Not, hey, what the fuck you smirking for?
ain't saying that.
I've been in attendance.
We just asking regular
That's all I
questions.
said. That's all I said. I said I've been in attendance. I have been in attendance.
We never been. We just asking.
We just
Yeah,
asking.
yeah. As soon as you asked, he said,
Do you have fun?
I ain't seen that.
"Yeah, you did."
I ain't seen that.
Yeah, I had fun. Yeah, I mean, it was a party. I wasn't at one of them parties.
One of them parties.
Y'all smiling
what
too much.
parties you talking about?
I have been in attendance at a puff party. You know what I'm saying? I've been in attendance. Yeah, I went. Yeah, the party I went to, it was girls turn up. You know what I'm saying? The regular. You know what I mean? Other celebrities and shit. Yeah,
That's what you doing.
Now, obviously, Druski does like to troll. Yes, his body language became a little bit uncomfortable, but you do have to keep in mind that thousands of different people have been to these Diddy parties, allegedly, and obviously when they're all asked about it, they all say, well, you know, I went to the Diddy party, but I didn't go to, like, the Diddy party, like the behind the doors party that was going on. So then I started questioning, well, what was Diddy's real relationship with Druski? And as you guys can see here, back in 2021, Druski did have this show called Sneaking In with Druski. And upon further inspection, you can see that this was airing on Revolt, which
shit.
was a media
Diddy
network
did.
that was primarily owned and founded by Sean Diddy Combs.
Oh my
And although
God.
he no longer owns any shares in the company, back in 2021, he was still running that shit, and he presumably gave that opportunity
still
to his boy
running that
Druski.
shit as well.
I also thought that this little tidbit was interesting because Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski have been friends for quite a few years now. Baltimore Ravens wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. struck up a friendship with Druski upon finding his videos and invited the comedian to stay at his home during the COVID-19 pandemic. And obviously, the pandemic was back in early 2020, and that's where these dates really start not matching up, because the defendant is saying that this happened on March 23rd, 2018, way before Druski was even remotely famous or known online, where the defendant says that this guy Shane invited the plaintiff.
So if Druski wasn't even known online and they didn't meet until 2020, that means that whoever, she's lying. She is lying.
Stop the cap.
God damn, she trying to bring a young black brother down. We can't have that.
Plaintiff over to his home to assist him with his cancer medications because he was weak and unable to open his medications. She says upon her arrival that this guy Shane wanted to give her a ride in his new car, and she says this is when this guy Shane pretty much set her up for the violation that allegedly involved Diddy, Druski, and OBJ. Now, much like with Jay-Z with his recent Diddy accusations, Druski would respond swiftly to this filing, where he says the allegation is a fabricated lie. I wasn't a public figure in 2018. I was broke and living with my mom without any connections to the entertainment industry at the time of this allegation, so the inclusion of my name is truly outlandish. My heart breaks for actual victims of abuse, but I'm fully confident that the evidence will expose this falsehood and the individuals who are maliciously trying to game the legal system to peddle false narratives. So he kind of has the same stance that Jay-Z had back a couple months ago, saying this whole thing is a bunch of bullshit, and the timeline isn't even really adding up. And of course, when something like this comes out, you're going to have a lot of people running with the story. Like this tweet that went viral where this girl says, I can't believe hashtag Odell Beckham Jr. and hashtag Druski are in this new Diddy lawsuit taking turns violating this girl. Wow. You had other popular hip-hop and media pages saying Druski did what? The same sentiment is shared here, ironically including this misinformation meme. Then you had people using Druski's own skits against him, like this guy who says there's no way that this Druski shit is real. Basically saying that was Druski's reaction to this information. Another user says Druski after someone didn't give him consent.
Dude, like, come on, be real.
They gonna drag it, bro.
Janet!
This guy specifically seems to really be leading the charge when it comes to these Druski jokes about this very serious situation. He says Druski's lawyer right now.
We got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Yeah, it's crazy to see this guy's own skits.
Got your payment, buddy.
He says Druski's lawyer right now.
We got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Sayonara is nasty work, bro.
So yeah, it's just crazy to see this guy's own skits and various statements being used against him at this point, even if it is a joke. These are the type of things that people try to get off online, and they do end up going viral. And it's really all just for a couple little Twitter shekels and a little bit of clout. Like, it's not worth making this type of weird, shitty joke, whether you believe he's guilty for some reason or not. Because honestly, I think it's a whole bunch of nonsense. And it leads to other people making more serious statements like this. Okay, so now that Druski was named in the Diddy lawsuit for a gang violation, this creepy skit he made in 2022 about guys getting girls drunk to have sex with them is aging so horribly. And it's like, does the person that posted this not understand that the entire point of this skit was to pretty much dog out guys that act like this? Like, the whole point of the skit is to say the guys who act like this are pieces of shit.
They trying to be
now,
relevant.
Here was a clip from 4 months ago of this news network and of the lawyer representing this woman, Ashley Parham, in this case. And now these are the two Jane Does speaking on behalf of her client and the entire situation.
Well, her attorney says she was in her 30s at the time of this alleged violent attack. It happened just about half a mile away from the Orinda police station here in a quiet neighborhood about 6 years ago.
So yeah, 6 years ago, long before Druski was known at all.
Ashley Parham says in 2018, Diddy and his entourage violently gangbang style her in Orinda. Her attorney, Ariel Mitchell, says it all started when she met a man named Shane Pierce in a bar in Contra Costa County, who began a FaceTime call with Diddy.
She actually made a quip about Mr. Combs having something to do, that she didn't like him because he had something to do with Tupac's murder.
The lawsuit says Parham believed Pierce invited her over to set her up to be by Diddy. The Contra Costa County Sheriff's Office told us in a statement, a report was taken on March 23, 2018. We take these cases seriously, and detectives thoroughly investigated the accusations. It was later determined the claims were unfounded.
And that does make things a little bit more interesting for me because obviously a legitimate report was made at that time, but even back then the police say, well, we found no wrongdoing. As a matter of fact, they're saying we don't believe this ever even happened.
She also reported the incident to Walnut Creek Police and Orinda Police without naming Diddy, as she felt she would not be believed. The woman who lives there confirms Pierce lived there, but that he was too sick with cancer and ALS to have done this. She also says Pierce did not know Diddy.
So they're saying this guy has not only cancer, but also ALS. Now, if I really want to get into my conspiracy bag, I want to note here that I think that this all could just be a mastermind smokescreen being set by Diddy and his legal team. It's like Pokemon, okay? The accuracy goes down once you set the smokescreen. Because recently, the case against Jay-Z has been dropped without prejudice, which I believe means that they cannot, try to bring it back up in court. They cannot try and try Jay-Z again for the same thing. Obviously, there was a lot of holes in the timeline of that story. The accuser's own father said that he doesn't remember any of that taking place. And overall, the timeline and the series of events, especially when she came out on that news segment, just really were not adding up. And when the decision by the judge was made public and that entire thing was dismissed, Sean Combs' legal team would put out this statement. Today's complete dismissal by the 1-800 attorney is yet another confirmation that these lawsuits are built on falsehoods, not facts. For months, we have seen case after case filed by individuals hiding behind anonymity, pushed forward by an attorney more focused on media headlines than legal merit. Just like this claim, the others will fall apart because there is no truth to them. Sean Combs has never essayed or trafficked anyone, man or woman, adult or minor. No number of lawsuits, sensationalized allegations, or media theatrics will change that reality. We will continue to fight these baseless claims and hold those responsible for these false claims. This is just the first of many that will not hold up in the court of law. And that's why I have the feeling that this entire thing is a bit of a smokescreen. Because if you have enough of these outrageous allegations coming out, it allows you to kind of start poking holes and giving a little bit of reasonable doubt to accusations that could actually be legit. And it's like the more outlandish they get, like describing Druski as using her as a slip and slide and then the timeline not adding up at all, it just hurts the case for people who are possibly actual victims of abuse at the hands of P. Diddy. And at this point, it's like Diddy seems so seemingly stuck in this corner that it's like that's all they can do to kind of alter the public perception a little bit. And as these cases start getting knocked down and dismissed, it kind of starts the social programming and people start to think, well, maybe these other things aren't real either. And obviously on the other end of the spectrum, you're going to have a whole bunch of people just bringing up false claims because they want a payday, they want a settlement. It's just the way they describe the entire series of events just seems a little bit too outlandish for me personally to believe. And I think that it could definitely hurt real victims in this case. Either way, I want to know what you guys think about these accusations down below. As always, also want to thank you guys for watching today's video, dropping a like and subscribing, but as you guys know, it's been your boy, the Tan Superman, and some other lawsuits out here need to be covered, so I'm out. Peace.
Attention shopper.
All right, W video Jamari, W video. God, dog. That's a W video by Jamari. I mean, what do y'all think about it? I mean, I'm given the fact, well, what we just heard, I think it's bull. I think it's 100% bull in my opinion. I mean, the timeline, like I said, it's not adding up, so that's a good thing. Because I was gonna say, damn, Drew, not why you killing the entertainment space, right now, not right now, dog. Nor ever at that fact to be ever caught with those type of allegations. But I mean, y'all let me know if y'all think he's drop a comment. Let me know if y'all think he's innocent, guilty, or y'all take on the whole thing. If it's all smoke, blowing smoke up people's, just to try and shadow the whole Diddy thing. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section, bro. Make sure y'all like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. It's your boy ASAP Live signing out. Catch y'all on the next one.